communication is an important part of all relationships and is an essential part of any healthy partnership. All relationships have ups and downs, but a healthy communication style can make it easier to deal with conflict and build a stronger and healthier partnership. On this episode of Simply Gents, we often hear how important communication is, but not what it is and how we can use good communication in our relationships. Well, let's meet the guys on Simply Gents and find out more on an issue that every man struggles with at times.
We're texting.
Who are you?
Instagramming, or I don't know, you're doing something on your phone. Zam.
I'm sending an email, boss.
You're sending an email.
Oh, you're sending an email?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that your preferred form of communication?
No, WhatsApp is.
WhatsApp.
But this is a formal.
It's an email.
But imagine how cool it would be to send your girlfriend or wife
An email.
An email.
Wow.
Like, that's how you communicate. I actually know a couple, right? They don't
Right-
do text
right-
or
right
whatever.
here in Zim.
They send emails.
Are you
But
serious?
why? I'm telling
You mean like
True
right
story.
here in Zim?
Yeah, in Zim, yeah.
Okay.
Like they send each other emails and they're 50s, 60s, I think. Yeah.
But that's an old way of communicating. Why?
Africans? What?
Africans?
Are they?
Very black, very African.
Okay.
Yeah. So they
They live with each other.
emails,
Do they live with
They
each
live
other?
with each other.
right?
They don't like each other, do they?
I think the mode is besides the point, but that you communicate.
Mode is the essence.
True.
The mode is the essence.
The mode is the
Do you-
essence.
Yeah. The mode is the essence.
What do you explain? Like,
Some medium are faster than others.
oh,
But you see, the challenge that I have, especially with the generation that is,
Yeah.
lately, if someone sends you, say you like WhatsApp. If you send a message on WhatsApp, then you check it and you don't reply. Blue tick. I'm having challenges. Oh, you've blue tick. You blue tick.
But at least I know-
3 days
I know
you
you
didn't
blue
reply.
tick.
Yes, why don't you reply?
It becomes.
What?
Why don't you
I'm
reply?
like, okay, you're busy right now. If you see it and you don't reply.
No, but that's not how it is, bro.
Is it?
You look at a message, you read, even if you're busy or you're tied up, just try by all means to just
Okay,
No, but
later.
maybe I can't
feedback.
I'll
You know
later.
what I'm saying? Because it makes me
I
feel
think I
better
prioritize
in a
things.
way.
I'm just like, later.
it makes you feel better. So this is about you.
This is about me sending you a text, Tony,
But
and
it
then
makes
blue
you
tick
feel
me and then
better.
you keep quiet. You respond, it makes me feel better. Okay, fine. All right, he's busy. We'll chat
And if
later
I
or
don't
something like that.
respond because I'm busy,
Did you see the blue tick?
Yeah, well, it.
Am I a bad communicator?
It shifts the
No, but
mind
Tony,
to some.
there's relativity.
Okay.
You don't respond after how long?
oh, okay.
An hour.
How long is too long?
6 hours, 12
but you see,
hours,
with WhatsApp
3
now,
days?
no, but with WhatsApp now, it has to be instant. The moment you
But
see the
this
message, you
instant generation-
no, with a lot of people now. Yeah, on the basis
They
of
must sit
other
down.
people.
The worst one is when someone sends you a voice note and expects an instant
listen.
response.
Then you listen to it. Then you listen to it. Then you don't.
Yeah.
Oh, probably. But you see, with the blue ticks,
Yeah.
you can actually open it and then you don't play it, right? And then to the other person on the next end, then they see that it's blue.
It looks like it's been
Yeah,
opened.
right. Yes.
Oh. Yeah, because I've always wondered. I've often
Yeah.
wondered.
Saka
know-
munhu anenge asinateerera ndiwo ndakutofunga kuti aiwa
No, but I can't be upset with you. I think the blue tick should just tell me that you've gotten my message.
Yes.
Not that.
yes.
I mean,
what you do with it is.
so
It's
yeah. So
entirely
what
up to
happens with you that side?
It's entirely up to you.
Yeah.
Would you believe there was a time Zam would probably relate? There was no there was actually a point in history that I grew up where there was no cell phones at all. There was no internet. And the mode of communication was if you didn't have a landline at home.
At home.
Whole box.
We would make an appointment or write a letter.
That's-
write a letter. So if you flew to England, for example, yeah, it would take the family 2 weeks for them to know that you traveled safely.
Yes. My sister did that.
And it was okay then, you understand. But now with this microwave instant gratification generation, the moment you land at the airport, you have to find the freest Wi-Fi at the airport and let people know that you are safe. You understand? I mean, if you miss an appointment by 5 minutes, somebody's already
It's 3 hours after you arrived.
Dude,
you haven't said anything.
Oopie, you know what I'm saying? There was actually a time when we wrote letters, and then they let
Did you go to
us
a
take
boarding school?
anything. No, I didn't.
All right.
But I had a girlfriend who was in boarding school.
So she used to write you
So
letters.
she used to write,
and
so we used to
write.
write each other letters, and it was actually one of the most exciting things anybody could do.
I know,
because the sound the postman kring kring was what.
It's about to go down.
12 o'clock,
or vice
11,
versa,
12.
you would wait by the gate and then when a postman
Achinda padzipadzese.
I hope he's got something for me. And then meanwhile, you understand? So, communication took much longer back then and it was okay.
But the most
It was-
difficult
it was fun.
communication is your spouse, your relationship communication.
Oh, now that's a whole.
Okay.
that-
What do you mean
that's-
it's difficult?
It's hard.
I'm 5 years in my marriage right now, and
Shame, man. Sorry.
Shame.
I'm kidding.
What's going on here?
joke. It's a
What's going
joke.
on? Yeah.
It's a
You're drinking as well.
Substring.
But I'm 5 years in my marriage, and it's just complicated, I'm
Why?
used to being a bachelor. I was used to being a
You
bachelor.
5 years, dog?
What?
I'm still used to being a bachelor, 5 years in.
5 years after.
I was about to ask. Like, okay.
Not anymore, man. But I was just being by myself. I didn't have to report if I go to a club. I didn't have to, to have to communicate and say, I'll be coming at 3 a.m. And lately, if I'm not in the house by 10:30, 11, I'm like, okay, Baba T, where you at? I'm like, I'm chilling with the boys, So it's and I don't know how to react sometimes because I'm chilling with the boys for real, just drinking and stuff. But she started, hey yo, babe. I'm like, no, relax. And when I say relax, pop.
Struck a
By the
nerve.
time that I get home, man. So, best way to communicate in a relationship, just know your partner. If you're a lady, know your gentleman. If you're a gentleman, know your lady. Girls and boys shouldn't get in any relationships. So that's why I had to say, know your partner.
Communication is hard, guys. Communication in a relationship setup is difficult. And I say this for a couple of reasons. One of them being that, I've been with people where you think you are communicating, with someone, but you're saying something, but they're hearing something else. You understand?
It's no communication, my friend.
So what is that?
What is that?
Communication is one party speaking. I say speaking, I've deliberately chosen the word speaking, or translating, or effecting some kind of discourse to another party. That party then receives it, interprets it, and receives it in the same manner in which it was sent. That's communication. If you say XYZ to me and I hear ABC, we've not communicated.
I know, but isn't it interpretation now, which is
But it's not just interpretation.
But
it's also-
communication.
No, it's also about what you say. So, for example, I was listening to what you said. You said to your wife, chill. Do you know? It's a trigger. Right?
But I'm communicating.
So
Chill, hey, babes. Chill. I'm in the
you
club
a
with the
sucker
boys.
for punishment or you're dumb?
It's
Right?
about to go down. No, but
Because when you say chill to your wife, it means
Calm down.
right? And you know.
so it's just the choice of words, but I'm still communicating.
No.
Yeah,
register,
that's the whole
it's a
point. It's
register.
not communication. You're talking to her. Doesn't mean communication.
Did you hear that?
Yes?
Did you hear that?
All right, all right.
Did you get that?
You are not communicating.
You're talking to her.
You are
You're
talking.
communicating.
So there is a difference.
So what I don't understand is a situation where, especially when things are heated, right? It's in the heat of the moment, right?
Yeah.
You're saying something, she's saying something else, and you
She's
go
hearing
at it
something.
for like 20, 30 minutes, and then at some point you step back and you're like, wait a second, this is a waste of time. Like, we're saying a lot of things, but we're not communicating. You understand? Like, if you felt like that, like,
Yeah.
you're going at each other for sometimes even an hour. she is still saying what she's saying, you're still saying what you're saying, but there's no end or conclusion to this argument or debate or whatever it is, you know? What is that?
Yeah, but like Zam said, like even in a normal sense, that communication model
Yeah.
has like noise in the middle. So if you don't recognize that, you know, there's a barrier at times to communication.
Which is what
Noise
are
can come
those
in many
barriers?
forms.
Like what?
It could be noise in the purest sense, noise. But there are several barriers that impede communication between. For instance, like what he said, relax.
Chill.
That's a trigger, chill. So I then immediately switch off. I'm not listening anymore.
Okay, my question will be, if I say something to you, and you've got a way that you've received it, is it not communicating?
It's not. It's not.
Okay, I'm a communicator by
So
profession.
listen,
Yeah,
this
that's
is
my profession.
this is a phone. Please pass this phone to Tony. Pass the phone to Tony. All right? Tony, did you get the phone?
No.
No.
All right? I told you to pass the phone to Tony, but he didn't get the phone. Have you passed him the phone?
I haven't passed him the phone.
Right.
Because I didn't get the phone.
Exactly.
You told me one thing and you didn't do it.
Simple.
There's a lack of communication about it.
There is communication, but there is lack of communication.
So I'm saying, if you say something, but they don't receive what you've
What
said,
you're saying, then it's not.
there's no communication.
Okay, this is the thing. We are on air. We are right here on air.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, guys, next week, let's go to Blue Whale.
Yes.
Right? Someone is going to go to Blue Whale on Monday. Someone's going to go to Blue Whale on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I've communicated, right?
So it's not.
If I, sir?
You have not communicated.
You haven't
clearly.
communicated effectively and clearly. There you
Yeah.
go.
Oh, so there is communication, but there's clarity.
So first of all, you got to establish, was communication taking place?
All right.
Was the communication clear? Was the
Yeah.
communication effective?
All right.
Yeah.
So in the instance where I do not give Tony the phone, how about this? Give Tony the phone.
Hey, Tony, I don't know which model of the phone is this, but I was told to give you this phone.
So there,
not a phone.
that's ineffective communication.
Yeah.
All right. Wow.
So just trying by way of analogy.
Yeah.
So check it down with Sosira.
What I know
When I got
for
50
sure.
years, I don't know my shit.
What I know what I know for sure is one of the biggest issues in communication between couples is between men and women is assumptions, right? So we operate on assumptions. So assumptions being that as a woman, she expects you to know certain things,
That's
right?
right. What's going on?
Like what's going on? Like if she's moody or she's acting a certain way, you are supposed to automatically know that
Be a prophet, my
she, this is what's going on, right? You, on the other hand, because we also do the same thing. Like, if I am quiet, you should know that
Something's wrong.
something is wrong or whatever, right? Yeah. So, another example, birthdays and special occasions and all of these things and blah, blah, blah,
Valentine's
right?
Days.
So, and we go through the same cycle year in, year out, right? Like where people don't communicate because they expect you to know. Like after so long of us being together, how do you not know what I like and what I want, right?
Yeah.
So what you probably want, because you are a logical being, I mean, logic is the way that you function for the most part, right? You're less emotional, more logical. So you want things laid out there. Like, I want my sex like this and like that and like this and like
not
that.
just on Friday.
And, and
Sundays through up a church.
and no, don't rub it too hard. Rub it a lot gentler. You get what I'm saying? Don't pinch the because it's not like.
Hey,
Dude, you're
man.
going
You're
deep,
trying
bro.
to change
TMI,
the-
TMI.
But how many women do you know, Zap, who have never had? Okay, not maybe.
I know. No, I know exactly where you're
But
going.
have never had an orgasm.
Yeah.
And they could if they were just willing to have one conversation and communicate.
tell you what exactly.
And just say, this is what I like, and
Tony,
this is how I like it.
So now you've opened the door into aspects of communication.
Yes.
What is acceptable communication?
Acceptable
What is
communication.
learned communication?
Thank you very much.
What is feared communication? Right? So once we've established the notion of communication, and we've talked about what effective communication is, but we realize that there's a breakdown in communication, not because I don't know how to communicate to you, because I know effective communication is pass Tony the phone, Tony gets the phone. That's effective communication.
Yeah.
But I'm like, not this phone.
Yeah.
I don't want to communicate, whether it's for my personal reasons where I choose not to communicate to you, whether it's societal judgment, whether it's the perception around what that communication might actually say about me. So if I communicate my truth, while you might interpret it and receive it as the truth, what then does it mean? What do you understand that to be? And that's where you've got to actually understand that some people are worried that they might communicate in the right way and it might be received. But what's the ultimate perception? So a lot of people think that talking to someone is communication, right? I'm here in front of this camera and I'm talking to you, but blah, 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 blah. You have no idea what I've just said. I've spoken to you, I've talked to you, but what I've done is I've just spoken a whole bunch of gibberish. We've just got to just distill and understand that when you actually talk to a person, what you're doing is just talking. You can say any words. When you're communicating, you get into the essence of actually saying, I have a message which I choose to deliver to you, and not only do I choose to deliver the message to you, I want you to understand the message. So if you fail to communicate a message to a person in a manner in which they understand, you have failed to communicate. What we need a whole lot more in this world is we need more people communicating and less people talking at and to each other.
I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Kuna, have you plainly spoken about what you want to your wife? Or you just expect her to know?
Well, I suppose a lot of stuff is left to assumption, but that's where the problem is. Because like Zan was saying, you like the orgasm thing. That's a perfect example.
We're back at sex.
If she says to me,
We're mad, bro. It's okay, bro.
or whatever, she knows that instantly. She's put a dent in my ego. And I may not take that right. I'm like, so who makes you orgasm? Like,
Or when you did, what happened?
Type of thing. So, like, I suppose at times what hinders the communication is the fact that, I may be misunderstood.
You could be misunderstood.
Could be misunderstood.
Yeah,
So,
it's
Whilst you're still explaining, clearly, but you're still being
still
being
misunderstood.
misunderstood.
Because if I say, like, that don't touch me this way, who's touched me another way
that you like.
that I like?
I never thought of it like that. Like, this is a new dynamic.
It is.
I never thought of it like that.
Yeah.
The way that these two guys have put it, like,
Because at times it's not so much
a
how
lot of the times
explicit
it's
you are.
not so much how much you communicate, but how
What are you
it's
not
received.
saying? And what are you not saying by
And
what
what are
you're
you not
saying?
saying?
Yeah.
That's the thing,
But
Tony.
is this still wrong?
Wow.
There's something that you mentioned,
that's powerful.
by assumption. But is it still wrong when you're quiet, you're not okay, you actually show, if I'm like this, if this show it started, then I'm...
So let me help you.
Yeah.
There's this modern notion that you shouldn't react.
All right.
Right?
That's good.
That took on a Tony.
Chill.
Right? You keep saying something.
Chill.
Now, what that then fosters and does is a non-responsive reaction. The alternative is to say, Tony, I don't like what you said to me right now, but I'll get back to you. I've communicated.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm not responding in anger, I'm not responding in violence, I'm not responding in the whatever might move me at the time. But rather, Peter Maogo and said, no, I'm not going to respond.
Yeah.
My question now
I'm not
will be,
going to respond.
that's a good response, but my question will be, I know Ken. Kenny is one person, if I say something, it comes from 0 to 100. Then he does something to me, then I decided, you know what, let me take that chill pill. Because if I just say that as simple like, hey, Ken, I didn't like, oh, little nigga. Okay, sorry for the, from 0 to 100. So how can I deal with someone like that? Because not everyone is calm. You tell them, is mature enough.
You said you're married.
Yeah, I'm married, sir.
You have children.
Yes, I do have.
Means you're a grown-ass man. Talk to him.
It will end next year.
Talk to him.
That fight is going to end next
And
year.
you know the thing is, right? Let there be a fight, and another fight, and another fight, until people actually realize as adults, this is how we communicate.
Yeah.
We're not at kindergarten. We're not at a playgroup, Takura. Let's actually act like adults. Exactly. And if you are the one who's constantly compromising because of his behavioral attitude, and Kenny's the one who comes and dominates you, one day you're going to hit him.
You're going to end up reading
You're going to hit him. Because you're failing to find an outlet for you to actually have some kind of healthy
Can you
discourse.
translate that now in marriage?
It's the same thing.
You're going to hit if you...
Or you'll walk out. Or you'll go make someone else pregnant. Right? And you're going to create more of a problem than the actual problem that was resulting and existing in your relationship.
You're contemplating.
Are we having a side conversation now, Tim?
No, he's got a story to tell.
Please, we'd love to hear it all. It's not just like for you.
I apologize.
Okay, I'm not leaving, Tony. You apologize. You want to have...
No, it's all right. Let's go back in a marriage setup. Personal experience. Myself, I'm into a second marriage now, right? The first one, 11 years, went by. I did not even know how to communicate with her.
That 11-year marriage.
Yes.
Wow.
First one.
Yes.
First one.
Did you have to highlight that,
Yes.
bro?
Yeah, I'm just trying to bring it out to you.
know.
Oh, him. All right.
You can say 11,
So,
yes.
so the thing is, she would end up crying, all right? And me looking at that, I'm thinking, okay, fine. She's just,
Emotional.
Yeah, emotional, or she just does not want to admit or to give in to what I'm supposed to be having, as a husband in a household situation. Then I got into the second one, right, with that same mentality, not even knowing exactly how to properly communicate with a woman or with my wife or partner, whatever it is. And then she sat me down and said, look, Kenny, it's not you who's supposed to be speaking only, and then you expect me to take everything just like that without me speaking and you listening and taking it in.
How did you take that?
It was hard.
Yeah?
Yeah, I could not accept that because I am used to talk
one way.
and yes, one way or no way,
Are you still together?
With the
Second wife?
Yes,
Yeah.
we do.
How many years?
5.
That's good.
I grew up in a lot of negativity, where I was told that you can't do this, you can't do that. So for me to be able to understand what communication is, it took a long time, right? I got into a relationship, I got into a marriage situation where I could not even communicate, and I did not even have an idea that I was not communicating with this person here, and she could not come out in the open because maybe in a way I was abusive when it comes to that aspect. So I'm still learning and I'm still struggling with that because I am older now and I'm trying to understand or to learn more on what communication is.
He's had
Adapting to
16
that.
years of marriage, my guy. Bro. Almost as long as these young men have been alive.
I look at you, bro.
It's 5.
Because you are...
Only 5. 16, bro.
I did it late, bro. I got
it's
it
all right,
late.
yeah.
I was...
Firing blanks.
So communication is it's something in a marriage that you really have to listen to the other person, get what they are saying, what they want, how they're communicating with you.
Can we just pause there?
All right, cool.
And zoom into the listening part. Yeah, because what I've discovered is that, and this is general, it's not just in relationships, like very few people I've met actually know how to listen. People do not listen when you, they will hear you, but they are not
they listen to
listening
respond.
to you. And they're listening to respond.
I like
not
that.
And not to,
They're not listening.
and because of the nature of my work,
don't
I've had
understand.
to learn how to listen, like to learn how to put myself aside, right?
Hear the next
Now
person.
that you've said that, man, I'm looking at you differently now. Should we be serious here?
No. Like you when you're listening to a person, especially in a relationships, because that's where it's the hardest.
That's true.
This is easier to do with people that you're not so emotionally connected to, but it's the hardest with the person that you're closest
really
to.
connected to.
When you put yourself and your beliefs and your assumptions aside, right, and you really listen to what a person is saying, right, and more importantly, to validate. No matter how wrong you think their beliefs or assumptions or opinions are, because we all think that our opinions are better than other people's, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's how we go into these conversations. Like, I am right, you're wrong, and I'm trying to convince you that you're wrong and I'm right, right? But there's no winner in these battles or debates or fights.
Are you sure there's
No, there's no winners in this thing. Nobody wins, bruh.
I didn't say anything, bro.
So
I'm just communicating.
non-serious
I'm just
song,
communicating.
I had to learn the art of listening.
That's good.
And one of the key things that I learned about listening is that listening is literally putting yourself on mute, like pressing the mute button and really hear what the other person is saying and put yourself in their, they call it
shoes.
empathy.
Wow, that's deep.
You need to be empathetic and put yourself in the other person's shoes and say, this is a reasonable person.
Yeah.
This is my wife. Otherwise, if she wasn't reasonable, she wouldn't be here, right?
True.
And clearly she's upset, right? And there's got to be a reason
why she's this
she's
upset.
upset,
Yeah.
why she's this livid, you understand? And you owe her that time where she feels heard, first and foremost, and validated. Because if you don't validate what she's saying, and acknowledge where she is, and acknowledge what she's feeling, and not try and prescribe how she should be responding to this situation or whatever, she will not do the same for you. And that's how you have a back and forth with someone for a whole hour, and there's no conclusion to the argument. You still say what you're saying because you haven't given her because as human beings, we thrive on being seen and being validated. If you feel seen and heard, what happens? You feel like, okay, I matter, my opinion matters, because all 7 billion of us have different opinions, right? Like, nobody's opinion is more superior than, you. At the end of the day, you have to come to a place where you be like, you know what, I hear you, right? I may not agree with what you're saying, but I hear what you're saying. I understand your position, you're not crazy. But then people get into this cycle where you then start insulting each other, where you be like, unopenga yo because your opinion is different from mine, unopenga because you think differently from me, and that only escalates stuff.
Oh yeah.
And before you know it, 3-4 days people are not talking to each other.
But my question would be now, in marriage, is the verbal language the most difficult language? Because they're like 5.
It's
the
the
love
clearest.
language. Is the what?
It's the clearest of them all.
It's the easiest to
It's
understand.
the easiest
if
to
you choose
understand because
Okay.
you can easily misinterpret body language. You understand? Example, right? You come back from work, you've had a really shitty day,
That's true.
right? So you're not talking,
Many days.
right? She could easily assume that this is about her. You understand? Did I do something and all of that? And she takes it personally. And because she's coming from her own traumas, she will respond to that with her own body language.
True.
You understand? True. And it becomes a toxic cycle of people playing this ping pong of. And simply what you could have done is come back from work and you're like, babes,
Today was
today was I just need like a moment to just clear my head or whatever. I'll get to you when I'm done or whatever, right? Like, that is way better than just acting up, and because men do that a lot, right?
Not me. I was like zoning out here. I'm like, are you talking to me?
Me too.
Are you talking to me?
I get home from a day.
Yes.
I get into the house, she's there, probably she's in the kitchen or she's
Yeah.
somewhere. Baby, hi, how are you doing? How was your day? And all that. And then we start talking. Obviously, she's got some things that she wants.
Yeah.
She's ready.
Yeah. So I try
She's
to
ready.
get rid of this here
Yeah.
that happened at my workplace or wherever I was through listening to her and, trying to get into conversation. That way, but on the time, okay. Double.
not too bad.
Other than like saying that, okay, baby, can I have a moment? Let me just clear my mind because, my boss did this and that. It doesn't work for me.
Yeah, but they say intelligence is seen by an ability of a mind to occupy two divergent thoughts and appreciate them, but not be swayed by, you know.
Yeah, that's powerful.
And I suppose that's what
you said what's that? Intelligence. Intelligence. Not all of us intelligent.
well, you know, but I mean, like, we can aspire.
Not all of us are intelligent to take goals.
So that's the thing. Like, I think it's the same with communication. It's, that's what Tony was saying. Kuti, if you can at least appreciate another viewpoint
without fighting someone.
trying to fight it. Say, no, Tony is saying this. Okay, Tony's saying the sky is green, but that's what he's saying. You know, but let me hear him out and possibly, you know, persuade him otherwise, but appreciate that he thinks the sky is green.
Yeah.
So I think that's the same with communication at times, because we shouldn't enter an exchange with a prejudice. Excuse me.
Yeah. And this whole I'm right, you're wrong kind of approach doesn't work, because all it does is I have learned, somebody taught me something really magical some years ago, and then they said, you know, it's completely okay for you and your partner to say, can we agree to disagree and still be cool? Does it make sense?
Yeah, that should be good.
Like, agree to disagree and still be cool. And you're not trying to put the other person down because she doesn't agree with you, and she's not trying to put you down because she doesn't agree with you, and say, okay, on this matter at hand, I agree, I disagree with you, but it's okay.
But we're good.
Can we move on from it without...
Have you used these notes before?
Yes, I have.
They've worked?
Yes.
Are they still
Well, I
working?
mean, sometimes it works. Somebody once said that most people don't have relationship issues. They have issues that show up in relationships.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you get it?
That's a good
Yeah, that's
like neutral things become interpreted in a certain way because of where you're coming from, right? Like, he said chill. Like, chill is a neutral word. Like, he's just saying, babes, relax, right? But from where she's coming from,
agree.
chill
like, no,
means...
I should say chill to my woman.
No, don't say chill.
Shut up,
basically.
down, you know what I'm saying? And you're saying it in the pure sense, but she's taking it in another sort of way.
Totally
so in that, because I mean, we get triggered by different things. For someone, a raised voice, a raised tone means you're just about to beat me up, because that's where I'm coming from. You know, because somebody who used to beat me up, you know, would raise their voice before they do. So all of those things are very subtle, but they make all the difference. So communication goes beyond words. It's also the mood. I also believe like mood is a big dynamic when it comes to communication. Like there's certain moments when there's certain conversations I do not want to have when I'm angry, for example, because when I get angry, there's certain things that I say which are not so
might
cool,
regret
right?
later on.
So it would be okay to say, babes, time out. Like, can we talk about this tomorrow? You understand? And what you realize is that
I'm asking this notes, do they work?
Yes.
Let's talk tomorrow.
What if someone
Just
keeps,
like, okay, we're
keeps
sleeping.
nudging you and saying, let's
Good
talk
night.
about that?
That's how it is.
What happened? What happened?
Yeah.
What happened?
I even take a
Why
walk.
would they do that?
I even take a walk.
Wake up, let's talk about
because
this
I
now.
know that if I
Wake up,
continue
wake up.
What? It's a problem.
on this path,
Wake up. This is 2 a.m.
Nothing
Wake
good
up,
is
wake
gonna
up,
come
wake
out
up, wake up.
Okay, wait.
Tony, let me tell you. This I'm agreeing with this one. Baby, let's talk tomorrow. No, baby,
Wake up. Let's talk about it now.
Baby, let's talk this now. After
I'm
30 minutes,
So what do you do with that?
But ultimately, it comes down to a person.
yeah.
So we established the notion of communication. What is effective communication? And sometimes when you communicate is also as equally as what you communicate.
Yeah, when, yeah.
When
Timing.
you communicate,
When
that's
you
a
communicate is
powerful
actually
dynamic
as
as well.
important
Timing.
as what you
that's
communicate.
That's a treatable one. That's good.
So context is everything.
Thank you.
If you look at extreme example, I mean, we've been seeing things going around the internet Baba wenyu.
Hey,
Now imagine that guy in that context. These guys are beating him up and explain, no, Baba wenyu. And at the same time explaining to his wife, no, madam, those are ideas. Do you think he's communicated anything? Nothing. Or a certain young lady running down the corridors of a hotel. There's nothing happening there. So, this is all the stuff that we're talking about, this training on social media, you know? We're all in line with that, right? So ultimately, you've got to say, the relevance of communication is not just dictated by the message.
That's true, that's true.
It's not just dictated by how it's been thinking. It's also the context, the timing. There's a whole lot of things that go down to communication, right?
But I want to zero in on the mood part. The mood part. Do you feel that there's certain conversations you'd rather have when you are calmer, not in the heat of the moment? And the reason why I say that is because I have noticed that, emotions cloud everything. Yeah. You know that, right? Like, emotions will amplify and exaggerate and distort things, right? I have felt so strongly about something in the moment, right? And then wake up the next day and you're like, but that was really nothing, you know what I'm saying? And it's not even necessary to have the same conversation because you realize, but you know what, that was... So do you think that the time that you have a conversation is important?
Yes, it is. But I've noticed when I get home, like after a night out drinking, my wife says, to me at least, you are free, because it's stuff like some hard things we need to talk about at times. And in my normal state, I'm just like, yeah, we'll talk about it some other time.
Okay.
But when I get home and I'm tipsy and stuff, then I'm like, okay,
let's talk about
what?
Bring it on.
This is like, so she always says to me, are you waiting for the next time you come home tipsy
to have
this conversation? Because like that's when I'm like, yo, whatever, let's talk about
That's interesting. Can we talk about that?
But why can't you do it now when
you're
sober?
It's a hard conversation to have at the time, whatever it is. Who is Betty? Who I saw texting you saying,
I miss you.
Okay.
So then at times, even if I do want to come out and acknowledge that I was wrong,
yourself.
I can do that at times when I'm tipsy. But at the time, I'm scared to even have the discussion.
Scared.
I said scared. I said scared.
The word. Yeah.
There's several hindrances to communication, emotions, feelings, prejudices, preconceived notions. There's so many things that can hinder communication in a relationship. But I think the best way to deal with these things is to come into any communication scenario without any prior notions or feelings and deal with the issues as they are, to attack issues and not each other. So the best way to get around hindering communication is to attack the issue and not each other.
Say something very interesting. Do you think that people are better communicators when they are tipsy? And I've heard this a lot of times.
He's taking one more. He's taking one more.
The perfect weapon is communication.
So I've heard people say.
Sip alcohol.
I've heard people say that people say what they really want to say when they are high, when they are tipsy or high.
It's a Latin phrase, in vino veritas.
Oh.
But I don't
It
believe
literally
that.
means in wine the truth.
What do you think about that?
It's all escapism.
Yeah, you're escaping. That's what it is.
Alcohol, drugs, nicotine, escapism. We have got to a place in our lives where we are afraid of being who we truly are. We're afraid of saying what we need to say.
True.
So fundamentally, we used to call about Dutch courage, right?
Yeah.
I've got a very big decision. I mean, Tony, sip. Have a quick drink. Tony, you're fired.
You're fired.
Right?
Take all your things.
Get out of here, bro. You're
And then
fired.
Tony walks out and is like,
What was that all about?
then after Tony goes,
Yeah.
that was a hard decision to make, right? Or hard communication to make. But ultimately, all we're doing is we're hiding behind the finger. Don't you hear this English phrase? I love it. Hiding behind the finger. You can't hide. Right? All you're doing is it's a pretext. Right? You're pretending to be in a certain space and place. But ultimately, what you need to communicate needs to be communicated. And if it's that important, that relevant, that you feel that you need to have some alcohol, it's something that needs to be communicated.
That's powerful.
It's a hard conversation.
There are certain conversations you can't have in the heat of the moment.
No.
You can't. And I think time out is okay. Like, but not many people know how to do that.
But Tony, I was asking you a question earlier. I was like, do you drink? You said you don't drink. You know,
Sorry for that.
Okay, you don't drink alcohol, maybe drink sports. But but I'm saying so. He would hide behind alcohol. You personally, you don't drink. How do you hide? Like, what gives you the confidence? What boosts the confidence?
How does it work with you, bro?
I've never tasted alcohol my whole entire life.
Yes.
Okay. Like not once. I've never been high.
What's
on
that
anything
thing that makes you?
Are you sure?
Yes, I have.
That's why I see.
It's all right.
You're good.
Okay. So, I'm that partner in a relationship that calls a spade a spade. You understand? Like I
you'll be
say,
sober all year.
I say when I'm not happy. I don't try. I used to act out as a way of communication, and then I realized it only did more damage than any good. You understand? Because you're expecting somebody to read your mind and read the situation and then deal with something. No. So I've learned to come out and say, and this is things I've learned the hard way, by the way. You come out and say, I'm not happy with A, B, C, D or whatever, right? But on the same token, I think you should also be very vocal when you're happy with something say, hey, listen, man, when you did that thing.
That was really cool.
That was really cool, you know what I'm saying? It's still communication, but it's more, and that's not the problem. The problem only comes when you feel like you can't speak out in a relationship, when you feel like, and a lot of you guys will relate, when you start feeling like I can't be honest with someone about things that I'm not happy with because you are walking on eggshells and you are scared that if you say something like this, it's gonna trigger her and it's gonna get into, and because we all hate fighting, you sort of
not
like
everybody.
you just like take a backseat, and then the thing is, after a while, you become very resentful. And you don't like the next
Bad
person.
emotions,
and then you act out still. And you start punishing someone without even them knowing what you're punishing them for.
But personally, I don't
because
feel
you feel like you can't. So I feel like the point that I was trying to make was that communication is something that, I mean, you can be the best communicator in the world, but it also comes down to the person that you're dealing with. Like, are they open to you being honest?
Are they hearing what you say?
Are they hearing what you're saying? Because I have to be able to speak my mind. I mean, without insulting anybody. Like, just being able to be honest and say, I'm not happy with. Because when somebody says they're not happy with you, it's a knock on your ego, because we all like to think we are pretty little sweethearts and whatever, right?
But Tony, just a little rabbit trail.
Yeah.
How open, without infringing on, should I be able, like, you just can't come out and say some mean stuff even though it's true.
No. It doesn't have to be mean.
Why would you say mean stuff?
It doesn't have to be mean.
Like, for instance, I may have an issue. Tony may have an issue.
With alcohol?
Is glaring, his alcohol, right? And then I think it's my role to clearly communicate that Tony is a drunk, which he might know anyway. Which then causes, so I'm saying, how free should you be?
Look, I've always believed that, it doesn't matter how hard a conversation can be, but there's got to be a human way
to say
confront someone and say, hey, look,
I think
here's a good one. Or something. Like, how do you tell someone who without breaking their spirit? Without breaking their spirit.
How crush it into a million pieces?
Look, it's gonna be said. It has to be said. It has to be said, right? But you're gonna have to find a way, because you don't know let's say do something, you understand? Of course, it's going to sting a little bit, but after that, it's dealt with.
I
I mean, it's up to them to change this thing or not.
And I suppose it's like, that's what Zam was saying, it's how context.
Yes.
And when it's said, I mean, like, if I then come and say that here,
Yeah.
and there are 30 people,
I have struggled over the years with communication in relationship situations because a lot of the times we are afraid that if we really say what we want to say, we are either going to be judged or misinterpreted and all of those things. So it's hard, but we're learning and we're getting there slowly but surely.
Yeah, and also I going back to this whole communication thing.
Yeah.
You can't really communicate sometimes because of the way that you were raised. Personally, I came from a family setup that made sure that they told me that I am nothing. You understand that?
Wow. Yeah.
Yes.
So, do you need a hug?
Do you want a hug?
So, even up to now, right here, looking at some faces and listening to you guys speak, in a way I'll be intimidated, right? Because there is that. It comes back, and I'm thinking, but this is me, Kenny, Rasta. So even at home, in a marriage setup, sometimes I don't even know how to communicate with her. So fortunately, I told my story to her, so she is understanding that. And
where you're coming from.
Yes, and she has been help, big time when it comes to these issues here, because I don't even know whether I'm yelling. I don't even know whether I am calm because of that. So there are a lot of issues involved there, that can easily affect one to, properly communicate effectively. That kind of thing.
I was listening to I watched a Warren Buffett interview.
Okay.
Mr. Buffet.
So he was having an interview with this kid, and then this kid asked him, like, tell me two things that will make me successful. Like, in your view, what are the two most successful? What are the two most important things that will make me like you?
Gain success.
And then he said two things. One, know how to communicate.
Most of them, most will be successful.
Know how to sell, because it's really your story that people buy into, right? Like, know how to sell your value, and all of that is communication. You have to know how to communicate your vision to the next person, whatever it is that you're trying to do. The most successful people are the most brilliant communicators on the planet. They know how to sell themselves, because communication in essence is in a sense selling. You understand? Now, I'm not going to talk about the second thing. We don't have enough time, but just the fact that he mentioned communication.
What was the second thing?
The second thing was invest in yourself.
Okay. Let's get back to
that. Invest in yourself, know how to communicate, and it's done.
Wow.
Everything else will fall in between these.
So basically, you're saying that I can evade a divorce.
Yeah.
Okay.
You talk to wife when you're sober.
Because right now we know where
That's
you
the
are.
biggest thing.
I guarantee you.
Oh man.
I guarantee you, if you know how to communicate, you can get out of any situation, whether it's with your wife,
Your business.
You know one of my favorite sayings in life is? I see Colgate, Chedero, Chegete, Zamasino.
one guy said, your money
That's
is
a
in
good
your
one.
story.
Okay.
Your money is in your
That's
story.
where your money is.
Yeah.
In your
Your
story.
money is in your story.
Okay.
How you tell your story.
That's why companies are paying millions for PR firms to come and just make you look good.
You communicated well.
You just did well.
I like.
At least you're not drinking. You don't need anything.
Yeah.
You don't need no Dutch.
No, you don't.
But thanks, guys. This was fun.
Now it's been real.
Cheers to
Sip to alcohol. Job well. Enjoy it. Toast with water.
Oh man.
And sip to it.